Hey, what's good, everybody? All right, so as promised, today I want to talk about the friend zone, right? And you can't. I had to move stuff around because I don't normally have my office set up like this, and I actually got to make a run. And I'm recording this earlier in the day because I have a whole lot to do. But I want to talk about the friend zone, right? When it comes to business, everybody's heard about the friend zone when it comes to relationships, and no one likes to be stuck in the friend zone, right? And happy birthday to me. It's tomorrow, but besides that, be sure to check my feed tomorrow because I'm going to show you how I'm celebrating. Because I want everybody to celebrate, or people who want to celebrate with me. Have the opportunity to do that. Let me adjust a little bit right here. So when we're talking about a friend zone, I want to define it first because that's what's most important. The friend zone in business, we're talking about what it is in relationships where you kind of like stuck in a place, trying to get something out of somebody, you're not going to get there, and you're kind of stuck there, and you're exerting a lot of effort with little return. Um, that's very similar to the business friend zone, except for the way out. There's two different. There's a way out of the relationship friend zone, and then there's a way out of the business friend zone, which is completely different. In the business friend zone, it's pretty much when you are relying on friends and family to be your customers. You look on your Facebook feed. You're only sharing the Facebook, or you're only sending text messages, or you're kind of like, hey y'all, like for instance, when I was in photography, when I operated in the friend zone, I kind of depended on friends and family to use me, whether it be for weddings, birthday parties, photo shoots, whatever it was. Like, hey, I lived there. The good thing was I had a very large network of people. So I was able to live there for a while, and continuously make money. The problem with that is when you're in the friend zone, there are a number of things that will not work for you. Number one, you will not be able to ever charge the amount that you're worth. The reason is because people don't often appreciate those who they are close to or have already made an investment in. There's a certain level of entitlement that comes with that. It's like, okay, so if I've known you for 20 years and we've gone through this and that, and I was at your baby shower and I did this, we went to school together. They already feel like they've already invested in you, so they don't have to invest anymore. Like especially with family, like there's certain people in my life I would dare not charge anything for my services. Like I can't do it. I mean, I had one one sister from my assembly, my church. She I did a photo shoot for her, and like she had to make me accept money from her, and that's because I value that relationship. And so it's like it doesn't always, even on my end, it doesn't feel right charging the full price because of the things that that have been imparted into me. Like my pastor, anything I have is free for her, just because of what she imparted in me. My mom, dad, same thing. Anyway, so that's number one. You'll never be able to charge what you want to charge. Second thing is that you don't really know how good you are when it comes to business. You may know that that your cakes are bomb, like your cakes are great. If you're a baker, or the service that you provide is top notch. But you'll always have those people who feel a certain way about you, who will always give you that positive feedback, and you may miss some holes in your business model. So you don't really know how good your marketing is, for sure, because you haven't tried to get anybody outside of the friend zone. And then last but not least, there's very little level for actual growth, expansion, and scale, which is what we all want to do in business because it's actually required that you grow, you expand, and you scale. Otherwise, it'll end up turning into another 9 to 5 as opposed to a viable business. Now that we've established what the friend zone is, and what the problems with that is, and another problem is that you'll get frustrated when your friends and your family don't use your services, when they're not doing what you want them to do. I've talked before about how you'll see those posts on social media where people say, I wish you would support your friends and family business as fast as you support Beyonce's album. Well, there's a different relationship there. They have, the relationship with them and their family is a lot that goes into that. If you were in the hospital, they show up. If you were in dire need, they would show up. But they're not necessarily supposed to be there to support or keep your business afloat. As opposed to, Beyonce, I think if she goes to the hospital, let me not say people ain't gonna show up. They're probably knocking on the door. That's neither here nor there. But the main relationship there is a consumer producer relationship. And so now let's talk about how to get out of the friend zone, right? And I'm going to do a little illustration for this, and hopefully this makes sense to you all. If it doesn't, feel free to ask me questions. But this is you. You are a dot. This is you. This is your business. This is your product. This is your service, right? And let's say this is the circle around you. We're going to put you, encapsulate you right here, right? Because this is kind of your aura, your space, the social distance place where nobody really steps in. But around here are your friends and family. They're their own dots, right? It doesn't take much effort to get from here to here, right? Which is why this is operating in the friend zone. This is your friend zone. This is your dot. Some people may have 5 dots. Some people may have 5,000 dots. No matter what, this is your friend zone, right? So in business, we know relationships are 2 ways. So there's one way going this way, one way going that way. So we're going to go ahead and draw a dot here and line here, line there. So the effort that it takes to reach them is minimal because you already know them. You kind of know what they like. You have a rapport, all of those things. And we talk about that in my 4 days of launch plan on 4daysoflaunch.com, where you actually do market to these people in order to get your business off the ground, but you don't want to remain there. So, it kind of gets there, it's really easy, but also there's little effort for them to use, meaning they don't pay full price. Well, they may pay full price based on what you put there, but they won't pay your worth. Very few of them will pay your worth, which means your pricing will never go up when you operate here, which means that you won't grow, you won't scale. Chances are, if you stay here, your pricing is going to go down because you've worn out this market. It's like, look, I already got that from you, or I already got something from you. So you got to bring your prices down. You can't really go up with them. So this is the friend zone that you operate in. Now, this is their circle outside of it. So let's just say all of these people here are connected to more people, and then you have an expansive market, right? So in order to get out of the friend zone, you want to get into their friend zone first, right? So, this is where, turning them into your street team and teaching them how to market your business, all the things that we talk about in 4 days to launch, how to turn your friends and family into your street team by providing good service and giving them the marketing materials, even though they don't know they're doing it, to make it go out. You see how long it's taking me to get these dots? That's because there are more people to reach here. And this is how you begin to scale, right? So it's their reach because it's a lot harder to get here, right? It's a whole lot harder to get here, a whole lot longer. But because the effort is there and because you have a go-between being the people in your friends and family circle, like their effort becomes a little bit less, and so they're willing to pay more. They're willing to pay more because you're using, your friends, your family, and you're using their social equity to be able to charge the price that you want. So, putting all that together. So, what you want to do first is figure out a way, and we can talk about that. We'll figure out a way how to help you to expand your market outside of your friends and family circle, like where you are going in and you're actually helping them to market you based upon that. And so you're able to charge more. This is when you begin to grow, you begin to scale, and you begin to see more information. And the relationship is that 1 degree of separation. So they don't feel entitled to you. Now, they may hold you to a standard, and your friends may hold you to a standard that's relatively high because you've come highly recommended. So that's a little bit of pressure that exists in this, in this second level of friend zone. This associate zone, not even associate, but even further than that, it's just based upon the relationship. But where you really want to get is out here, right? This is strangers. this is straight. These are people that don't know you. They may not even know people that know you. They may not even know the people that know the people that know you know you. This is just the general public. These are people who just come across, that you really want to get because they are the ones that are willing to pay the value for what you have and what you need. Like these are the ones that pay top dollar because they're only coming to you because they have a need, want, or desire. Right? They're not doing it because of relationship. They're doing it because your marketing has said to them that they need you, that they want you. And as you can see, this is taking a lot longer even to just fill this circle halfway up than it did to fill these circles, right? Like it's probably more dots out here already than there are in these dots here combined. And I'm just getting halfway through. And I want to get all the way around because this is where you want to be because this is where the money resides. This is where scaling happens. This is where growth happens. This is where you getting your time freedom back comes in. Is when you start to get here. You are out of the friend zone when you get here. Now the thing about getting out of that friend zone is that it does take a lot more effort on your part. And when I get around to the other side and this is filled up, then I will finally begin to tell you what that is. But I'm doing this because I want you to see the demonstration of exactly how many people this includes, how many people this entails, how much money this could be. Imagine if every dot right here was $1 or $2 or $10, whatever it is. Because like I said, you're able to raise your prices out here because this is where demand actually is. This is where the $400 Beyonce tickets fly. Beyonce mama don't pay $400 to go to her concert. She can go to them for free. You know what I'm saying? I don't know her name. Y'all probably do. The Knowles mama or whatever. Blue Ivy get to come in for free. She can get on stage. She get backstage pass, all that. She'll never pay for her mother's stuff. So she's not her mother's target audience. So this is where you want to be. Now let's talk about how you get there. The way you get there is a 3-step process. Number one, you need to identify what these people look like. That's creating that target market, that avatar, where you're able to identify, who these people are that you can reach them, figure out how to reach them, what makes them tick, how much they're willing to spend, how much they have. All of those things are very, very, very important in you finding out who this market is outside of the friend zone. Because remember, we're talking about escaping the friend zone. So when you get here to your out here, you want to know who they are. Second is you need to figure out how to reach them. Whether it's going to be some form of advertising, like you're going to have to invest in the advertisement to get them there. So a lot of times, whether it's doing a commercial, doing Facebook ads, doing going out doing webinars. There are many ways to do it, but the fact is, this is going to take your effort. Mind you, for you to get to here, to these people out here, and to be swimming out here, living out here, because you don't want to live here. You want to escape. So you want to get to the point where these people in your friends and family circle, you're not dependent on them. Even as a matter of fact, they can get your services or your goods for next to nothing. And then their associates actually begin when these people start getting this stuff for free, and they're no longer, these people in their circle are no longer tagging along on their name. What happens is this begins to happen, where there's less of a separation between the associate level and the masses. So these people actually become the masses, and because they've heard of you and they have a certain connection to you, they want to be connected. But the only way for them to really be connected is by paying full price. You see how that works? So then you're out of the friend zone. So, and then the last thing that you need to do is standardize your offering, standardize your process, standardize the things you do, because you're going to have to begin to produce at scale. You got to be able to produce at a higher level, a lot faster, a lot smarter, and a lot more consistent, because these people out here are going to want to know that what you give them, they're going to get every time. So if this person talks to this person, talks to this person, talks to this person, talks to this person, they all have gotten the same quality of service. They've all gotten the same standard of service and things like that. So if you want to get out of the friend zone, the first thing that you do is you begin to have the people who are in your friend zone, who have been supporting you, have them to reach out to their other people. You have to train them. And there's a way to do it, reach out, and we'll talk about how to train these people on how to, and it's a lot of times it's very, it's not on purpose. It's not what else, hey, come sit down and train them. No, you train them in a way by giving them good service and giving them the methodology to do so. But what you end up doing is, you get them to talk to their circle, right? And then from there, you're using the capital that you've made in both the friend zone and that associate zone to invest in yourself. Chances are, you cannot do this out here as a solopreneur. You cannot. You have to get help, whether it's hiring a consultant like myself. Of course, I'm going to do a shameless plug. That'll help you get there. Or it's, hiring staff, whatever it may be, taking trainings and courses, or just completely outsourcing portions of it. You have to, you're going to have to invest in doing that, because there's no way that you can do it on your own. Nobody who's ever gotten out here has done it by themselves. But like I said, the key is, you create that, and you begin this scaling process of standardizing, of identifying that target market. All these things, you are developing them when you're in the friend zone and associate zone, but you actually put them to use out here. And when you begin to put them to use out here, that's when you begin to see it, and you'll never be in the friend zone again, because everybody hates the friend zone, right? So, have any questions, comments, concerns, metaphysical speculations? Please feel free to hit me up. You can reach out. You can go to discovery.launchwithcarl.com, set up an appointment. If you would like the automated version of 4 Days to Launch, it is actually on sale right now. Go to 4daystolaunch.com, and you'll get it, and you'll enjoy it. And remember, I will be a 7th customer for your launch product. So reach out to me, let me know what's good, and that's about it. See y'all later.
I want you to have profit. My program, Profit Before Pain, helps you to put money in your pocket so that you can actually have that motivation to keep going. So many times we quit and we stop our businesses because we haven't experienced the profit that we want. I'm the type of person, I've been through it. This is what I've used to launch both of my businesses. I had a photography business. I used this same program, made $3,000 the first week. I'm also an ethical hacker, and I launched my ethical hacking classes where I teach people how to protect themselves online, and I made $5,000 my first time going live with it, and continuously made $20,000 the first month. So I'm telling you, this works. That is my solution. And in my 4-day to launch program, you work with myself, you work with my team. We use our templates, our methodologies to get you off the ground. You're in the room with other entrepreneurs who want to help you. Now, I'm telling you, you may be hesitant, but I don't want you to be in the same position next year where you haven't started fulfilling your dreams. You haven't started doing what you want to do. You haven't started doing what you want. We don't want you to experience this pain again. Let's get you making this money. Let's be real. That's what it's about. You want to be able to make an honest living. So click the link below, sign up. Let's get to work and come to my webinar. Let's see how this works. We can work together. And as I've said before, I will be your 7th customer. You go through my program and we get you a viable offer that I help you develop. I'll be your 7th customer. Even if it's something that I'll never use in my life, I will still purchase it and give it to somebody else. So let's go. 4daystolaunch.com. Let's make it happen. Are you the person who's been thinking about starting their business forever? You have an idea, you have something on your mind and your heart that you've been wanting to do for so long, but you just haven't got it off the ground. Well, I'm Carl Gray, and I'm a business launch specialist. My job is to help you to get that business